Ducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
party never ends. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. Throwing out your tricks. I'm gonna get my sticks. The mic is live and clear for you and all to hear. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. Tony, 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 Tony.
Tony. You know Tony.
Tony.
Tony Walker.
Tony Walker. Tony Walker, everybody. Stand up, Tony. Where are you? Tony Walker. Thank you so much, man.
But I really like Tony.
Forget about it.
Tony is a wonderful guy. Tony is wonderful. Tony is wonderful. Tony is a wonderful guy.
Tony, Tony, pup, Tony, Tony, pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 Tony. Bup, bup, bup. Tony, 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 poop. Tony, poop. Tony, 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 poop, 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 poop. Tony, Tony. Tony, Tony.
Okay, bear with me a second. I am just setting up camera angles because all of our guys aren't here yet. So I'm okay. Okay, good. Hi, everybody. Hey. It's Monday morning. It's Memorial Day. Do you say Happy Memorial Day? I don't think so, right? That's a weird thing to do. Well, either way, it's Memorial Day, and we hope you're remembering this day. Not celebrating. I mean, I guess we could say celebrating. We're because we're thanking and honoring the men and women who sacrificed themselves so that we can have our freedoms here on this Memorial Day. That's why we're able to be in this room. That's why we're able to celebrate baseball.
That's
said. Why we're able to dress as sharply as this gentleman does here. Greg Halverson is here, ladies and gentlemen. Then, good morning, Tony and Greg, says Vicky. Good morning, Romeo is watching. Andrea is watching. Thanks for tuning in. It's a Knockem Day Comedy Show. We're coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We've got a lot of great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the YouTube page, the Facebook page, YouTube channel. Please subscribe and follow and do all that social media stuff. Share the link on all your socials to whatever show is playing, especially this one since we're on right now.
Right.
John Rusiello says, hi, Greg.
Hey,
good
John.
to see you.
Absolutely, John. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and of course, we're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York, where they have a big parade going on here on Hempstead Turnpike. It's all blocked up. They got the
roads
carnival.
are closed.
Yep. It's you were talking about before we went on the air. If you're on the South Shore of Long Island this weekend, you may as well either stay home, or get up at like 2 in the morning so you can get to Jones
Yeah,
Beach.
it's crazy. Crazy.
Saturday morning, I was, I'm heavily involved with the PAL, and there was a track event, Mitchell Field, Saturday morning. I had to be there at 7:30, which was not fun. But I was out of there probably around 9:30, right? And I leave, so I'm driving home, and I'm on Old Country Road, and I see, and of course I'm an idiot, I'm not even putting it all together, but I see all these military helicopters flying low, and it was like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm right by Eisenhower Park, and I'm like, is this it?
What's going on?
Is this it?
This is it.
And I drive past the park, and then I get about a mile past the park, and as I'm driving east, coming west. Well, actually, first I see some people on sidewalks, like they're waiting for a parade or something. I'm like, they don't do parades on Old Country Road. Like, what's going on? Sure enough, I get about a mile. There's a whole line of tanks and all sorts of military-type vehicles coming down the road. And that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, yeah, Eisenhower Park, it's Memorial Day weekend. They always do a thing at Eisenhower Park every year. But it was so wild to see these tanks and even like certain vehicles I don't even know what they're called. I've never seen them before.
Yeah,
it's wild stuff. So I actually, and I'm going the other way, and I actually just kind of pulled over and just watched them all go by.
Yeah.
And then of course you got the air show at Jones Beach, which is a huge thing every year.
Oh yeah, it was. I was driving to Oceanside yesterday, and
forget it.
Yeah, I checked Ocean Parkway on my GPS, and it showed it 38 minutes. I'm like, that's a piece of cake. I left my house at like 9:45 because I always leave early.
Yeah.
And I'm flying along. I'm doing 75 miles an hour down Ocean Parkway and get into the Jones Beach area, and I'm moving, and all of a sudden, boom, dead stop.
Yep.
And it was just literally, it took me 40 minutes to drive 0.2 of a mile.
Oh my God!
Couldn't turn around. I was trapped. There's helicopters flying over us, and we were there so long that people just started getting out of their cars and sitting on the grass medians watching the jets flying by.
Unbelievable.
F-18s are going by, and they're just like, it's a plane, Meanwhile, the car in front of you has got nobody in it, and
right.
And I finally said, screw this. I drove over the grass median, back the other way. It went all the way back home, and then I took Sunrise Highway to Oceanside. But the problem was that since they closed all the highways,
right,
all the local roads were flooded with traffic.
Yeah.
So I was 4 miles away from my destination, and it took me 40 minutes to drive 4 miles.
Oh my goodness!
Absolute insanity.
But I would think the rest. You were going to a film rehearsal. I would assume many others in the cast were probably late too. They weren't just waiting on you.
They were, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was the only one. Yeah, everyone else was there.
Well, they all come from the city or something.
They were all coming from Nassau County. I was coming from West Babylon.
Oh
and,
my goodness!
And I obviously should have taken Sunrise Highway right off the bat, but Ocean Parkway is such a nice drive. I wanted to hit it and just go straight through it. But
nice,
wasn't meant to be.
Nice drive, nice place to hide bodies.
Yeah.
It's a great area.
Yep. Absolutely.
But it's weird to get annoyed at a time like that because of why? Because it's the air show. I mean, it's Memorial Day. Like almost like when you're stuck in traffic because of an accident. Like it sucks, but I'd rather be stuck in traffic than be the poor slob in the accident.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's a weird. It's a weird thing, but I'm with you. I hate being late.
It's so frustrating.
I am an hour early. I'd rather be an hour early than even 5 minutes late.
Yeah, absolutely.
It drives me nuts.
It
so
drives
I get
me crazy.
it.
Especially when you've got a bunch of people waiting for you.
Right.
And I literally panic when I'm late.
Yep.
It's just the way I am. And
I'm with you.
I leave my house at 9:45. I expect to get to where I'm going, within a certain time period.
Right.
And I'm sitting there not moving. I'm looking at the clock, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, fuck, I'm late.
And like you said, people are waiting.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I hate it.
It's not just one person. It's 5 cast members. It's the director, and you want to get you don't want to have them wait. But I was in touch with them, and they were aware of it. So
John is asking, did you see the air show?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Greg apparently.
I had no choice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you did. Does that make it any better when
No.
you get a view of the air show while you're stuck?
As much as a lover of aircraft that I am, and it's really cool seeing the F-18s flying about. Unfortunately, I missed the F-35, but the F-18s did a great job. No, it wasn't. It wasn't enjoyable as much as
I bet.
As much as I,
But you've gone in the past?
yeah, I went.
Yeah. I'm sure every Long Islander has.
Yeah. Again, I went several years ago. I took my kids and my wife and my friend Tom. We're both big, history buffs, and we love aircraft. It was a tough sit through. It really was.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah, you can't leave.
Right.
There's 500,000 people there. You find a spot on the beach and you don't move because you'll lose it. And as great as the Blue Angels are, and they're great, but they hold that till the end, of course. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's not very exciting watching skydivers.
Well, that's the thing. Like you said, skydivers, especially because it gets so crowded, if you're not sitting near like the center of the action, you really can't appreciate much.
Correct.
If you're off to the side, you just see them kind of going by, and then the skydivers, you can't even see it.
Yep.
They make all these announcements of what's going on. You can't hear it.
Yeah.
So you have to get there super early.
You have to, yeah.
I did manage to get there early once. I've been there a few times. My son was little. I don't remember. And it was just me and him. And my plan was to sit on the boardwalk. I didn't want anything to do with the sand, especially with the prosthetic. I can't walk on sand.
Yeah.
But, of course, and we were close to the middle, but still far enough away that we couldn't really hear what they were saying. He found a little area of sand where nobody was really hanging out. So
lucky.
Yeah. He's playing, and he's not watching a thing. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll sit here and watch. He's happy he's playing. But then, that only lasts so long.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's begging to leave.
Yeah, he wants to go.
I'm like, come on, why? So I think I got him for a whole 10 minutes to watch, the airplanes. So I was like, all right, fuck it, we're leaving. But I got really lucky because I guess because I got there so early, it was like all the spots were taken where I was parked, so there was nobody. Everybody was parked, so there was nobody around. So I was able to get right out.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I got right onto the parkway because everybody's coming in. Nobody
lucky.
That's how early we left.
Wow.
Because nobody was leaving yet.
Oh, wow.
So we got right out of there. But I've been there a few times. I used to go to Republic Airport to watch them take off.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do is just to sit on 109 and watch them take off.
Right.
I mean, you just that's fun.
What's the back road there? New Highway.
New Highway, yeah.
That's where I used to go, sit on New Highway and watch them take off. And then there's the white trash version, which I did a few times as well. You go to All American in Massapequa. Because
they fly right over.
They fly right over. Right over All American is where they turn around.
The flight. Oh, that's cool.
I'm telling you, they must know, like, you get like the best smell of burgers or something, right? Because they all turn around right there. So
that's cool.
You lean against your car, you eat All American burgers, and you see
the jets fly by.
Yeah,
that's
so that's
cool.
the white trash version, which I partook in many times.
If you ever want to have a great experience with planes and stuff, go to the Cradle of Aviation by the Nassau Coliseum.
Oh, what a great place!
That's tremendous. I mean, you see the start of it to where we are now, and it's amazing how fast aircraft have changed in 100 and plus years. We got to have some kind of alien intelligence doing these aircraft. I'm so
without a doubt,
convinced of that.
Well, who was just on the show recently? They said something about it was like 7 million miles away. They found some kind of life or evidence of life or some shit.
Like radio signals, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And you got all these Navy flyers who are videotaping these UFOs coming out of nowhere.
Right.
We got to have. I mean, you look at these planes that we're developing now: the F-35 and the B-21 Raider, and now this new F-47 that we're going to have. I mean, come on, where's this technology coming from? I mean, these things are like paper thin.
Right.
It's crazy.
I try not to think about it because you just go into that rabbit hole of things that we don't know.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing, I think, what is going on that we have absolutely no idea.
Most of the stuff you see now that's flying is considered obsolete.
Right.
Right. Based on what the technology they have in the can, if you will. Yeah.
Well, I was having that conversation with who was I talking to the other day? We were talking about AI.
Oh.
And we were saying, the powers that be, whether it's rich folks or the government, they had access to this stuff for 4 or 5 years before. Now
before it's coming out.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
use it now
Yeah.
too, but they were years ahead of us.
Yeah.
Which just like everything else.
Yeah, the garbage we have on our phones is a joke compared to what's really out
Right.
there. AI. I have AI on this phone. I've never used it once. No interest.
I mean, I like it for entertainment purposes.
Okay.
But just like everything else, it's human nature. Everything we get our hands on, we ruin.
Yeah, of course.
Which
You're
is-
right.
yeah.
Totally right.
Which is gonna happen. All right, Fremder says, maybe it's me, but Greg reminds me of the angry blue newsbird on the Muppets.
What?
You remember the bald eagle who used to read the news on the Muppets?
I do not.
You don't remember them?
No, I
Well,
don't.
it's fine, because I disagree, Fremder. I don't see that at all. Fremder
is that the guy that does the scores? The music scores, Fremder? Or?
Fremder,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And right here is he does music scores and he does artwork. So Jeff Oliver wrote this book called Ink Blots, and Andrew Fremder did the artwork.
Oh, wow, multi-talented.
I don't know about the talented part. And there he is trying to look all tough. No, that's
me
not
see.
him. That's in there. There's Fremder over there
okay.
trying to look like a tough guy.
All right. Well, nice book. Good job, Andrew. I don't know what that character is, so I really can't.
He was a bald eagle. He used to read the news, but I disagree.
Is it the nose? I mean, Andrew, is it my nose?
Is
I mean,
it because
my
it's
profile,
blue?
or I'm wearing blue?
Let me
explain.
I'll find the. Let me see.
Let me
if I
see
can
what
find
this thing looks like.
Let's see. The Muppets Eagle. Let me see if that comes up. Oh, what the hell?
Whoa.
The Muppets 2011 cast. How did that come up?
What?
The Muppets Eagle. Oh, there he is.
Come on now. What the hell is Give me there's no.
Tell him, Greg. Tell him.
Andrew, you must be high.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. That does not look like me. I mean,
Nothing like you.
That's pretty funny, Andrew. I don't know where you came up with that, but God bless you.
Goodness.
Wow. I've gotten a lot of lookalikes before, but never that.
No. Fremder's pretty good. Like
that's funny, actually.
It depends how, like usually when Mike Kaplan's in here on Wednesdays, he's pretty good because, Mike is always dressed in depressing colors and I'm wearing yellow or something, and he'll pick it out pretty good.
Right.
Or one day, actually just our bald heads, he's like, oh, you guys, because he was bald head too, he's like, you guys look like a pair of tits or something like that, he'll say. But
Guy's not going to do any scores on my movies.
You just blew it.
You blew it, Andrew.
Forget it. You're not working on
done.
What's Valley?
Crossover.
I was going to say Cliffhanger, and I knew that was wrong.
That was a good movie, by the way, actually, Cliffhanger. I like that.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
a Stallone movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
good
right.
stuff.
Who have you been compared to?
I've gotten, when I was younger, Patrick Swayze.
Really?
Kurt Russell, when my hair was longer.
Okay, that I can see.
Profile with the nose, I've gotten Tom Cruise. That's about it, but never a Muppet Eagle. That's a first.
Somebody actually told me just the other day that I look like Stallone. That was the first. I never heard that. I've gotten Billy Joel my whole life.
Billy Joel, I see.
Yeah, I've never gotten Stallone.
I was very impressed when you showed me your movie that you made with
Don.
Don, yeah. You had a lot of De Niro in you.
Oh.
Very impressed with your acting in that. You
Well,
had
thanks,
a
man.
lot of De Niro.
Oh.
And facially, there is some resemblance, in my opinion.
To De Niro?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I see it.
Wow, okay. Talking about aliens, says from there, it's going to be hilarious when the government pokes that belly. If you've ever seen the movies, it never ends well. That's true. They always make us think that the aliens are, our enemies.
Yeah. What's the one with Will Smith?
Independence Day?
Oh, what crap that was. Oh, my God. That was the end of Hollywood right there.
Yeah, terrible.
Terrible movie.
And then they
just kicked E.T.'s ass.
Then they made a second one.
Yeah. I mean, and how many Jurassic Parks are they going to make? How many times are they going to go back to that stupid island and let these dinosaurs roam free? I mean, come on already.
You know what I can't stand is the Terminators. I thought the first one was great. I thought the second one was so-so. I loved the scene where Schwarzenegger where Linda Hamilton sees Schwarzenegger for the first time in the
Yes,
second one?
in the mental hospital. Yeah,
Right.
That's a great scene. Yeah.
But after that,
yeah,
because of the whole idea, like you can go anywhere in time and you can change whatever you want to change. Like so that means it's endless and you can constantly change what's going on. Like it's endless and it's annoying. Like enough already.
like anything, they just overdo it.
Totally
You
overdo
know,
it. Cash
Terminator,
grabs.
I mean, Aliens 19. I mean, although the last Alien movie was supposed to be very good, my daughter loved it. She thought
Oh,
it was
yeah?
Romulus. You know, as much as I love Rocky, you know,
But at least the last Rocky was good.
Oh,
Rocky Balboa.
Oh, tremendous!
I thought
great
that was
film.
great.
Great film. We left work early at 10 o'clock in the morning to go see that at opening day at
Really?
at one of the multiplexes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, we all left Home Depot and we ran and saw Rocky Balboa. That's a great movie.
Yes.
Really good movie.
And really, honestly, I think only 3 and 4 were bad. Not that 3 was bad. Mr. T makes that movie worth watching.
Yeah, he's great.
But it is just 1 and 2 all over again.
It was
pretty
starting
much.
a downward trajectory in my
Right.
opinion. I thought 4 was crap.
Oh, 4 is the worst in
And
my
5 was just so bad. Although I loved it in the theater, it was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, this guy's having a street fight with brain damage. I mean, come on.
opinion. Well, I like the premise of 5.
Oh yeah, losing all his money and going
Right.
back to the
Yes.
interesting.
I didn't like the Tommy Morrison.
And the promoter, which is obviously Don King.
Right. Oh, somebody's knocking.
Someone's knocking at the door.
All right, let me.
I'll keep everyone entertained.
Oh
while
yeah,
Tony
you
goes
want to
in.
talk to them?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Why not? Yeah. Yeah. So, how many of you out there think I look like a blue Muppet? I don't know. I just I don't know. I don't know what Andrew's talking about. But the other guests have arrived. They must have been having traffic issues. Tony has left the establishment, and I am going to keep you entertained for the next 10 seconds because Tony has just walked back in. I'm losing the audience very quickly, Tony, so get the headphones on.
Yeah, how'd you do?
I have no idea. Fun, though.
Yeah, I thought the premise of Rocky 5 was great. I just didn't think it was executed well. However, better than 4, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
4 was fun for, to see James Brown.
Bunch of music videos. That's all that movie was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he redeemed himself with Rocky 5.
Balboa.
With Balboa. Yeah. Although, to me, he missed a huge opportunity. First off, I disagree with killing off Adrian.
Oh, I agree 100%.
However, if you're going to kill off Adrian, there should have been a dying scene.
Agreed.
Him saying goodbye to Adrian, probably, I want to cry just thinking about it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It probably would have been one of the best love scenes, and one of the most memorable scenes in motion picture history. To see those two saying goodbye to each other.
Like the scene in 3 when Mickey dies is heartbreaking.
Right.
And as much as you hear Stallone with the, it's sad, because Mickey's so cool.
Right.
A little tear runs down the side of his face because Burgess Meredith is a genius.
Oh, yeah.
But
absolutely.
It would have nice to have seen.
To see them say goodbye.
Yeah.
I think
that
would.
scene, yeah.
I brought it up on the show last week. I just watched this movie, the Nonas. Have you seen this thing? Vince Vaughn.
Comedy?
Well, it's a true story, so it's got some comedic moments and some serious moments. It's called the Nonas.
Okay.
And he's the main guy, and you can leave that open. There's nobody in the building, so I'm leaving that open to get some air in here. So he's the main guy, and Lorraine Bracco is in
she's
it.
good.
And Susan Sarandon.
I can't stand Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Susan Sarandon either. We'll get to Tyler in a second. I just want to fix the camera angles. But yeah, but then in the movie, which I had no idea, another woman, not halfway, but almost halfway through the movie, another actress joins in, and it's Talia Shire.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, son of a bitch! I haven't
She
seen
hasn't worked
her
in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a long time. You see her in this movie, you kind of forgot about her,
right?
And then you see her in this movie, you're like, she's fucking great,
She's a great actress.
man. Yeah,
she's a great actress.
You kind of realize how much you miss her, but yeah, you didn't realize before the show. All right, let's see. Tyler's here, ladies.
Hey, Tyler.
And he's wearing a Mets shirt. Look at this.
Yeah, all right.
Nice.
Mets, go Mets.
But you're not really a sports guy.
No.
So what's that all about?
He likes the blue color.
I like to represent the Queens, home team. I don't give a crap about baseball. I'm the home team.
All right.
Unfortunately, a lot of people don't give a crap about baseball anymore.
Especially the Mets.
Yeah.
All right. It's
What do you guys got against Susan Sarandon?
Just never appealed to me.
As an actress or as a person?
As an actress, it's never appealed to me.
I not that she's a bad actress.
Yeah.
I just like she would get all this praise and she really didn't do anything.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I just never got it.
she fit the role she played. It's almost like Samuel L. Samuel L. plays the same character in every movie he does, but it works.
Yeah, he does a nice job.
It just kind of worked for her, but
Yeah.
although Bull Durham, I thought she was sexy as hell in that movie.
Yeah, she looked really good in it. It's a good movie.
Witches of Eastwick? Wasn't she in that?
Yeah, she was. I think so. Yeah, but
All right.
Doesn't do it for me.
Sorry.
Okay.
Although
I'll
she
get
looked.
over it.
Well, I was talking about this new movie called The Nonas, and she's got to be in her 70s.
Got to be, yeah.
She looks great in this movie, and she's got heavy cleavage throughout this thing. She's acting kind of slutty. She
get
looked
it.
great.
You didn't like her when she was younger, but now she's an old lady. You're into it.
Well,
I get it.
Well, because I'm old. No, in the 80s in Bull, I thought she looked great in Bull. And did you ever see Bull Durham?
No, I haven't seen
It's basically, they may as well just call it baseball and sex.
Yeah.
This movie's about Timothy Robbins trying to make it in baseball while Kevin Costner is, there, and all the girls in this movie just want to bang him.
Yeah.
That's the movie. It's hilarious.
true,
It's a great movie.
And they got married after that, or they were already married?
I don't think they were married at that point.
I think is that where they met?
I think that's their first meeting.
Yeah, they were together for a long time.
Yeah.
I met him at a Met game once. He was nice.
No shit.
Yeah.
Right back to the Mets, baby.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I met Tim Robbins and Jeffrey Rush. They were at the Met game together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. This is like acting royalty right
I'm
here.
telling
yeah.
you.
Now those guys are talented.
Tim Robbins is great.
Speaking of talent, all right, we got to do this. I feel like I haven't seen you forever.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's been.
I miss you
I'm
too.
sorry. No, I did. I missed you. Tyler just did a 10-day trip to Italy.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you.
You look like you got a little son.
Little bit.
You grew your beard back.
Yeah, I am a bit Calabrese, so the sun just comes to my head.
I hear you.
Puerto Rican, but
Even in here, it comes in.
I know.
Yeah, these lights are going to be tanner by the end of the show.
For real. I didn't
But-
know you got tanning lights in here.
That's right.
Great.
But in Italy, like Italians aren't big on beards.
They're getting there.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so when I first went there about 9 years ago, I definitely, and I had a beard and shit.
Yeah.
I definitely looked like a Middle Eastern, and like they stopped me at customs and shit.
Oh, wow.
But now a lot of the dudes are rocking the beards, especially in the South, which makes them look like Middle Easterns because in the South they're darker.
Right.
So they got big Middle Eastern beards, but that's kind of a thing now. Like
Yeah,
even in the U.S., right?
Yes.
Like guys with
Yeah,
this Middle Eastern giant beard.
The thin, I never was a facial hair guy, but the thin, that's like a thin look to you, a thin looking beard. It doesn't look heavy. That's actually a nice looking beard.
You like it, huh? But yeah, I went first. I went back to Minnesota to film a pilot that I'm producing for. It's like improvisers meet animals.
Right.
So I did that real quick for a few days. Went to the wildlife sanctuary, to the wildlife science center.
Right.
Hung out with the wolves and shit, and my buddy Darwin. Shot that, kind of handheld. Hiking with Kevin Nealon show.
Oh yeah.
That same style.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Bare bones, and then and then went to Italy because.
Wait a minute. You went out there.
Yeah.
Then you came back because you were filming.
Oh, yeah.
You came back. You did the show up in Boston with me. Then.
Yeah.
But then I thought, weren't you going to Italy just like a day or two after we got back from Boston?
Like a day or two after we got back. Yes.
So, all right. So wait. So you went to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Came back. We went to Boston. Then you went to Minneapolis again. Then Italy.
No. Sorry, I forgot that I came back.
Oh, you forgot about the show we did together.
Yeah.
No, that was a great.
That was a great
That was
show.
a fun show.
Yeah, it was a great
I'm
show.
telling
Yeah.
stories about that.
Yeah.
What an adventure.
Yeah, it was great.
Fucking, we were on the high seas. I felt like.
The high seas.
The high seas.
Okay, I mean, it was wavy.
Long Island Sound.
Yeah, right.
But it was kind of treacherous, It was wavy, and we were on a boat.
Well, we did all that traveling. Well, that's right, on the boat, on the ferry coming back.
ferry,
Yeah, it was heavy rain. And
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Tyler, I swear, you were just getting up to walk around on purpose, just so
I
you can,
was.
like, fly around.
Yeah.
Like, it was that bad. Like, you were bouncing off the walls. I'm actually pissed. Those people still haven't fucking paid me.
Come on. Annie up. Crying out loud.
Up.
Yep.
Have
That's
they responded
disgraceful.
to you?
The woman was not responding to me. I went on the website. I found a different phone number for her. And guess who answers as soon as I call this different number? I was like, motherfucker. So I said, And I even said to her, it's Tony Walker from Knockem Dead Comedy. And sure enough, I get silence.
Oh, boy.
And in my head, I'm like, you fucking bitch. So I go, just checking in. Because I was emailing. I left her some voicemails. Nothing.
That's the one who was like, we're getting
Hitting on
married,
everybody?
right? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. She goes, oh, I mailed the check out yesterday. Well, this Thursday will be 2 weeks since we had that conversation. No check.
Inexcusable.
Oh, totally. We're
gonna have
all right, yeah, let me ask.
find her.
Let me ask. So, I was going to keep trying her this week. If I don't get her, then Monday I was going to start calling other people at the company.
Go for it.
But Lisa's telling me no. Start calling other people from the company this week. What do you guys think? Am I giving her too much time, or should I give her one more week?
No, do it right away.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's not being responsive either.
The only time I talked to her is when I found a different number and got her through that number. All the voicemails, I left a few voicemails on the number I had. I sent her emails. I got nothing.
Wow.
No response, and that went on for 5 days before I got her on this other number.
Maybe if like it was not a great show or they weren't happy,
they
still
loved it.
Not warranted, but then I could see it. But they loved the crap out of
They
us.
totally loved it.
Come on.
And then she herself was hammered and was hitting on. She hit on a few of our cast members.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. She hit on you?
No.
No.
You?
Maybe. No, actually, she was like, "We're engaged, right? We're engaged." I'm like, "Yeah, seriously, we're engaged."
Oh my goodness!
And then she was jumping from me to James.
Right.
It was
James was scared.
Yeah.
He was pretty scared.
Yeah. But that was a fun gig.
All right. I didn't mean to go off on that. I want to hear more about Italy. So, 10 days, and you headlined a comedy club there?
Yeah.
All right, you start right from the beginning with this.
So in the beginning, I wanted to perform there, right?
Right.
I'm going there for a friend's wedding. One of my only big friends there. She's getting married. It's a big deal, so we're gonna go for this.
You shouldn't call her that, by the way.
She's not
one
big.
of my big friends.
She's not big. I'm sorry, Julia. You're a good
How
friend.
big is she?
But I wanted to make it there for that. And we stopped in Rome on the way there. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get a microphone and a speaker to do a little street performing.
Right.
Just so I can perform in fucking Rome, because that's cool, right?
Sure.
And I know I'm going to bomb because it's going to be in the street and no one's going to be paying attention. But whatever. So,
do people do stuff like that there?
I mean, yeah, when you go
Street
by the ruins in the
performers?
Coliseum, there are plenty of people doing music, paintings and things.
Okay.
Not so much comedy, but
Right.
I said, fuck it. And so Amazon just didn't deliver it to me on time, so I was kind of pissed about that. So go to Rome for a couple days, whatever. Then get down south, go to this Calabrese wedding, like a big-time Calabrese wedding. And
Yeah.
she was like, I'm warning you, it's going to be a lot of food and it's going to be a long time. It was magnificent.
Yeah.
It was on top of a mountain at this hotel.
Oh.
Course after course after course. It was like 9, 10 or more plates. Not small plates.
Goodness.
Plates.
Yeah.
And then when in the middle of your meal, they'll come over with a tray and would you like more ravioli? Would you
Wow.
like more of whatever I just served you?
Yeah.
Wine constantly being poured. I left at like 10 hours in.
Okay.
So we started at 12.
What-
left
wait,
around
yeah.
9:30, 10 at night.
And the wedding was still going
Still
on?
going.
Wow. They know how to do
Holy
it in Italy.
Yeah,
I
they
guess
do.
so.
Jesus.
I went in feeling like a sausage because I could barely close my pants that morning already. After that suit's retired. Right? And it was really awesome because just friends of friends drove us up the mountain, drove us back down the mountain, and then just enjoyed the crap out of my dad's place down there in Calabria. Did a lot of cool stuff, and on the way back, I'm like, or leading back up to Rome, I'm like, you know what? Let me just reach out. Let me see if I could find people that do comedy. So I found this dude, Rome International Comedy. I think that's what it's called. Sorry, but
That's what the name of a club?
the name of this guy's company.
Oh. Like a booker of some
Yeah.
sort. Okay.
He's a host and he puts this shit together. Really cool guy, and he's like, yeah, I got some shows on Wednesday and Thursday if you want to do it. I'm like, fuck it, yeah, let's go. And
Just like that. He didn't ask to see video or
I
anything?
mean, maybe he looked it up or whatever.
Wow.
But, he was like, cool, let's do it. And so I did one on Wednesday, and I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. you never know how it's gonna go. It's an English show, but I don't know if they know my references, if they're gonna get any of my shit.
He must have heard you work with Knockem Dead Comedy.
Yeah,
That's
what it
right.
is, yeah.
That's right.
Let's go with that.
Damn Skippy.
So yes, Rome International Comedy. That's what it is.
Okay, cool.
And so I did the first show, and it was kind of a packed house, standing room at this cocktail bar, and it went well. It went really well.
Wow.
Met some people from Jersey. There was a whole family from Jersey that stayed, and they were like, "We want to see you go up," and blah blah blah.
Wow.
His name was David. Really cool guy.
So everybody was doing English or no?
Everyone was doing English. So you got a couple people that are Italian doing English, a couple people
Right.
from like Turkey.
Okay.
Because there's international
Yeah.
community there.
Right.
And one of the people had like a whole school group come, so that was like why it was like really packed and everything. So it was a super cool meeting. I met with another comedian named Freddie who hosts these things, and he was hosting the following night.
Okay.
So I'd done it. Cool. I did it. Performed in Rome, and the next day I'm ready to go to the next one, and I'm walking. It's a 20-minute walk, and it's torrential downpouring all of a sudden. I'm like, damn. And this one's at this Irish pub, and I'm huddled under a bus stop, waiting for the rain to stop, and it's still going, just going harder and harder. So I messaged this guy, Freddie. I'm like, Freddie, is the show going on? Like, what's up? He goes, listen, I want you to headline. So, you got time. Please, take your time, and if you can make it.
Right.
Shit, after like another 20 minutes, rain stops.
Nice.
Just hoof it over there. Go up in there. We got a nice crowded house. And yeah, so I did my first headlining at this pub.
Cool.
Again, didn't know what it was gonna be like, but received fucking well.
Really?
Felt really awesome, because then you just got these people from all over the place that are like in these little accents. Good job, we really like you.
Wow.
And then you have conversations with them. They're all really inviting. Like
Right.
you're hanging out afterwards. You make some friends, and yeah, couldn't have asked for a better experience over there.
Cool.
And it's the same routine as it is here. Like each comedian gets 5 to 7 minutes.
It wasn't exactly. I think that maybe it was. They might have been told that they had a certain amount of time, but a lot of people were kind of going over.
Oh wow!
Or like there were some that were going for a long time, and I was like, damn. They had an intermission. At each one.
Okay.
A 10-minute intermission, which I thought was kind of cool. In one way, it seemed like it may have lost the momentum a little bit.
That's what's going through my head. Yeah.
But
That's what usually happens with intermissions. Yeah.
But the host picked it back up, and then for the first one, it was my job to be the person who started after the intermission, which I was like, all right, it's a challenge, but I'm up to it. But I think it's nice that people get a break, and other than that, yeah.
So the references that you mentioned that before, they all understood it because you're getting people from Jersey and tourists, so they get a lot of the references. Or no?
They I think just by chance, like my shit is, like I'm saying big actors. I'm saying like a big musical artist as my references.
Right.
I'm talking about my grandma. I'm talking about, that people think I'm gay. So, and these things that kind of transfer over when I talk about my creepy nephew, so it's not a lot of stuff that they.
So the Drake stuff didn't go over.
Oh, it did. It absolutely. Really? Oh my God, it was huge.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Drake, and then I mentioned a couple other performers, actors, and they freaking got it.
Wow.
So
that's great.
Yeah, really, really couldn't have.
Did anybody bomb?
Yeah, there were people that were.
Something in Italy, if you bomb, they just like shoot you or something. Cement boots or something.
No,
they spit at you.
No, they were nice. Maybe in like the hard Italian clubs, but the international community was very, very kind. I'd say,
right.
They were very kind and like being quiet and
listening,
receiving it well.
Wow.
I thought they were very polite, very cool, especially being in it's not a comedy club.
Okay.
Either, you know what I mean? These are.
It was just comedy
cocktail
night,
lounge,
right?
Bar.
Wow.
And the pub was fucking great because
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be just like a shithole dive, but it was like you walk into this underground kind of hobbity place, and by chance there was this group of people that came together to play little fiddles and shit. So you walk in, it's like, yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like a fun time.
Great
It does
experience.
actually, yeah.
It really does,
It
yeah.
sounds
Yeah, it sounds
surreal,
cool.
like it's just stuff you see in a movie. But
Yeah.
Really fucking cool. And so I'm working mentally and with that guy, one of the promoters. I'm like, and comedians, Freddie. I'm like, I gotta get back there soon.
yeah, right. You're making a mark over there. And now when you're here, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, he's a big headliner all the way from Rome.
Yeah.
Here
there
he
you go,
is.
yeah.
Oh, that's exactly how you have to push
Definitely.
this.
That's how you got to introduce yourself.
People are going to think you're an
hot
Italian.
off of a nice 2-night stint in Rome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Use
That's,
that, man.
That's what I'm trying to do. And
Yeah.
you know, because sometimes there's not a lot of other stuff going on that's great, but you take what you can and you parlay it into the next thing. right?
Absolutely.
But
That's the
then,
thing.
but you have to change your name because Tyler
Oh.
Noble doesn't sound Italian.
I know. What do
So,
you got for me?
Anthony Nobolino.
Nobolino. Antonio Nobolino.
Antonio Nobolino. Oh yeah. Next thing you know, you'll be featuring for Sebastian Maniscalco. Because these Italian audiences, man, they're loyal.
Yeah. You know, I had a thought to go in like super greed.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Because I used to sound a lot more New York. And I was going to go and be like, hey, it's so great to be here from New York. And then cut it off. And then someone was like, yeah, you should have done that. We like that. I'm like, oh, crap.
Next time.
Yeah, you like
Do they would have liked that? That's what somebody told.
You know-
I'm wondering, if they feel they're being made fun of or something.
I've heard that people like the New York accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's definitely people that would look down upon it, but there's also a lot of people out there that like the New York accent.
Wow.
And I know this isn't a governor's thing, but along with this parlaying, so I hit up a club in the city yesterday, just being like, yo, I'm back in town, what's up? Because I want to produce a show and whatever. And he's like, actually, well, what are you doing tomorrow? And that's when I was like, what's up? And he's like, you want to do a couple shows in the city?
A couple of shows.
Yeah. He's like, you want to do one at 7? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, cool. You want to do one at 9? I'm like, yeah.
Holy shit.
And I think it's only the energy. It's not anything else has really happened, but it's just taking that Rome energy. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That
I
Rome
wasn't
energy,
sure what you meant when you said energy. Okay.
The olive oil
The
is just
aura.
oozing.
The positive energy that only Italy can give.
Right.
Yes.
Nice. Well, and you're in the right town because there's a big Italian restaurant here in Levittown called Domenico's. After 59 years, they announced that they're closing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Restaurants are dropping dead.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Why?
I just think it's the food prices. It's a little bit everything.
I think
I think
people
just
aren't going
are
out as
staying
much.
home. Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit. The prices of food
Yeah.
is just. I went to the Ducks game on Saturday.
Yeah.
I bought two dogs, a chicken sandwich, a burger, fries, and 3 bottles of water. $75.
More than the tickets for the game, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I even looked at the girl. I was like, when did this
Yeah.
become City Field type pricing?
insane,
What in the
yeah.
world happened here?
I mean, you look at diners. Every diner is closing.
Yes.
I mean, everywhere
Yes.
they're all shutting down.
Yep, it's sad.
Yeah, it is. It is
Very sad. But glad you had a great time. And
Nice. Good for you, man.
and at this wedding, do they like all the food? It's all like Italian stuff? Like, do they serve steak or prime rib or anything?
It was a lot of seafood because
Okay.
Calabria,
Yeah,
or
right.
that part of Calabria, we're right on the Mediterranean.
Right.
So a lot of seafood, but some people got they asked for meat. So
Oh, they
got
can
something
get meat.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have starved to death. Yeah.
You're right. That's exactly what I'm asking. You and me both. Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. There was so yeah, it's a lot of seafood, but they don't. It's not seafood like we would have. It's not smothered. It's
It's
not like,
good, you
here's shrimp parmesan. Yeah, it's like here's some lemon on
yeah.
this shrimp, or here's some prawns, and there's just a touch of flavor or sauce on it. And then there's this guy sitting next to me, who I kept calling the Polish Joe. Well, he doesn't know what that means, but he's basically the Polish version of my stepdad Joe, because he owns a construction company. He's from Poland, but the company is in Italy. He's bald, big, and he's the only guy who, when they come around with that tray again, he's like, yeah, put it more on my plate. This guy was a fucking mammoth.
Now, all right. So now, just like everything else, it all comes down to Amy. So where was Amy while you were performing?
Oh, she was
Was she with you?
Just yeah.
She did go with you.
clapping,
Oh, all right.
yeah.
So you left that part out. You see, now you're in trouble.
Don't get me in trouble. I'm already in trouble. I'm always in trouble. God damn it. She's Colombian, you know.
Hey, you took her to Italy though. That gives you some points, right?
I just said that.
That's cred right there.
Every time something came up, I was like, I took you to Italy, you know.
Just like that?
Yeah.
I was a little scared.
Next time I go by myself if you don't like what
That's
I do.
right. And I'll eat more than Italian food.
So something funny in Rome, right? So it's a city, right? Sort of like New York. And we go to this hotel, and the concierge goes, I am very sorry for Rome. And I'm like, what? Why are you sorry for it? And he goes, because it can be dirty, and the drivers in the street, and then sometimes you have people in the street yelling for no reason. And it's like... Oh my God, that's the sweetest way to say
come home with me.
Crazy person.
Right. Well, come home with me and let's see if you're still apologizing for Rome after some time in New York City.
Oh my God.
Go to Penn Station.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro,
Forget about it.
There was like 4 people there. I mean, that's the way it seemed compared to what we have.
Yeah.
And they were very polite. They were very the crazy people.
Were you able to get time with Pope Leo? Like you say, hey, I'm American.
Oh yeah, we talked about the Cubbies.
Hey, there you
baseball, hot
White
dogs
Sox.
and shit.
Yeah, there you go.
You totally had me fooled. You're a baseball fan.
The Bears, you know.
It's the Bears. Yeah.
No, but it's crazy that people are flocking there. Yeah, Rome was packed. I've never seen it so packed.
Never seen it so packed because he's been there 15 times.
Only 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, that's all.
But no, for somebody to go from nobody to that.
Oh,
big
sure, yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is insane.
Yeah, that's great.
Good for him.
Good for you.
He's a superstar.
The Pope. Yeah.
Are you into the Pope?
Nah. Burning that smoke and
He's not
stuff.
old enough for Tony.
I always think they should go with a younger guy to go because these guys are dying at a breakneck clip. I mean, go to a guy who's like 30.
I've been saying that about our guys who've been our presidents.
Well, yeah.
These guys are in their 80s.
Yeah,
Go home.
Come on now. Jesus.
Are you crazy?
Let the younger guys have a shot.
Exactly. When I'm in my 80s, I have no desire to have any power.
I think this guy's only like 71 though, so he may last like 5 years. Who knows?
Oh, is he that old? I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, see that too. I'm in my 70s now. I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
I want to, play with
I'm
my
not even
peepee.
in my 60s yet, and I want to go home. Please.
Crazy. All right, let me read some comments, and then, all right, so we covered Italy, and then I want to talk to Greg about his week, and I know he did some performing.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so Andrea says, the Muppets Bald Eagle said my favorite line. Underneath our clothes, we're completely named. What?
Huh?
Maybe it was supposed to say naked.
Yeah, but
the M.
but would the eagle and the Muppets actually say that? Underneath our clothes, we're completely named.
The eagle.
Oh. Yeah, back to the eagle. Good morning, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Carol Miner watching.
Ciao, Carol.
Mike looks like an exhausted sea turtle that just found its way to the ocean. And I appreciate you saying that now instead of Wednesday when Mike is here, because he would probably break down and cry after you saying that. Schwarzenegger sounds racist. All right. If Rocky ever couldn't move again, he'd be called the Italian Scallion. We were talking about Rocky before you got here.
Who said that?
Fremder said that.
Oh, God.
Fremder says, I don't know. Susan Sarandon on my cock. Okay. All right, so Carol Miner, the movie Nona's was pretty good, but she also hates Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, Carol.
Hang on a second.
Atta girl.
Yeah, I don't hate her, but I don't know. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of better actresses.
I just don't think she's done enough to warrant the praise that she keeps getting. I don't know. It's just me. I don't know. It's something about her bothers me.
Yeah, something actually bothers you about her?
Yeah, it just
bothers you about
me.
her?
Her
Yeah.
and Barbara Streisand. I can't stand either one.
I'm not a big Cher.
I can't stand Cher.
I can't stand Cher.
Please.
I used to like Cher back in the 70s, early 80s, but then when she got
had
too
the TV
big,
show. Yeah,
and then she started with the surgery and becoming a big diva, then I lost interest.
Can't stand Cher.
Turn Back Time was a little weird.
Yeah, that was cheesy.
Yeah.
Please.
Fremder, I heard the guy that fell out of the stands at the ball game started to go catch me page. Carol, I have actually something. There is something about that I wanted to talk about. I'll get back to that after I read the comments. Carol Miner says she loved seeing Brenda Vaccaro in that movie. Yeah, Brenda Vaccaro's in that movie. She was very funny. She's great. Ann from California. Ann Rothman.
Hi, Ann.
Tyler is so handsome. Good morning, Tyler.
Oh, good morning, Ann. Buongiorno,
Ann. Do you ride motorcycles at all?
No, bicycle.
Bicycle.
And little shorts.
Well, get a little motor or something on that bicycle because Ann loves riding Harleys because, yeah.
Oh, because of the vibration.
Yeah, the vibration, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. That'll do. How's that doing for you, Ann?
What was that? The Stern movie, right? Private Parts. Sit on your. Put your speaker down.
Sit on the speaker.
Sit on the speaker. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing now, right? What is it called? Is it RSM? I'm fucking this up.
That's okay. I don't know.
People, they record just sounds, and people listen to it because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Maybe get off on it, but sometimes they just enjoy it.
Oh.
Who knows what it is?
Yeah.
Someone sent a message.
Anybody know what he's talking about? Yeah. What is this, an app or something? And there's voices?
You can find videos on YouTube, or it's just like, it's just the sound.
You like the sound of my voice.
Yeah, it'll be that, or it'll be the crinkling of...
This is the sound of a paperclip
the snapping
being
of the
shot against a wall out of a rubber band.
You can go to Rome and see Tyler perform comedy. John Rusciello is also yelling at me for leaving out Brenda Vaccaro. Okay. Wow, yeah. See, Fremda says it too. I'm surprised they let Tyler get on a plane. He looks like he's on the no-fly list with that beard.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yo, there was a comedian.
Yeah.
His name. Right?
Okay.
Actual name. Bomb Dad.
What?
Bomb
Dad.
Bomb
Dad.
Dad.
Bomb Dad.
Wow.
That's his name.
And he was, if I remember correctly, Iranian.
Shocker.
Yes. And, because people have jokes, and there are people from the Middle East who will joke about that, about themselves.
His brother was Bomb Mom.
Yeah.
Father is Bomb Everybody.
But so when I'm hearing him, he doesn't do a joke about terrorism at all.
Okay.
But I'm like, God, it goes up. It's like his name is Bomb Dad, right? And so I'm assuming like he knows about it. So afterwards, I introduce myself and I go, and I'm not making fun of him. I'm not like, oh, Bomb Dad, terrorist, bro. I'm just like, yeah, but your name, right? And he's like, what?
Come
what
on.
about it? And I'm like, but your name is Bomb Dad because you have to know, like, Bomb Dad.
Right.
Like, that's like me being called Spick Pregnancy.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. Oh, my God.
There's more.
Well, no, we got the point. No, we got it.
Leprechaun. I don't know. Whatever. But he just didn't get it. And no offense to you, Bomb Dad. I just,
I don't believe that for a second. He knew exactly what you were talking about. He was playing dumb. How does he not know? Especially in these times.
Well, he didn't want to hear it, for sure.
Well, I'm sure, because I'm sure he hears it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, but, okay, so the name isn't spelled the way we would spell it. It's like B-A-M, but he pronounces it that way. I'm just like, could you just say Bam Dad?
Right.
You could just say Bam Dad.
I would drop the dad. Like, call me Bammy. Bomb. I don't know. No, fuck that. I would change my whole name.
Or he can make
Bobby. Here comes Bobby.
He can make it cute though too.
Yeah.
Be Bomb Daddy. Now, that's cool.
That's his rap name.
Yeah.
Bomb
All right.
Daddy.
That does kind of. That actually does help. Yes.
I mean, I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Here comes the Bomb Daddy. That's great. Okay. John Rusciello is getting upset with the Italian jokes. Oh, well. I heard Drake got arrested for gang rap. You know what the saying is, when in Rome, do who the Romans do. Andrea loves the New York accent.
Forget about it.
What? Oh, everyone thinks Tyler is gay because he loves to eat penne, like peony. Yeah. Not into the Pope, says Fremder, but I'm sure the Pope would be into him. Stop it.
Oh, my goodness. Come on. That's the Pope, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Andrea says the Pope is 69.
Yeah,
I think that's a joke. Yeah, I think.
69.
Why is 77 better?
I don't know.
You get 8 more.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. I like that.
John Ruscello says Rome is a shithole. It's a damn shame how the Italian government let a beautiful city go to shit. Wow.
I hear that about Paris, that it's really dirty. Is it? Have you ever been to Paris? I hear it's very dirty.
Vicky, are you still watching? Vicky was just there.
Vicky, is Paris dirty? Let us know.
Yeah.
I've only been to Paris like 7, 8 times.
Andrea says, yeah, the bald eagle actually did say naked. Oh, that's weird. Carol says she truly hates Susan Sarandon.
Go, Carol.
Oh,
go.
but she says if you know, you know. I don't know. What does that mean? Is that a political thing? Or did she say something? Come on, Carol. Tell us what's going on.
Maybe because she married Tim Robbins? I don't know.
Fremder. Cher had many hits. Sonny only had one. Goodness.
Wow.
Dirty dog.
Andrew says Laura needs to sit on that speaker. Laura Patton, the comedian? Stop it, Andrew. I'm going to leave that one alone. Riding Harleys is a good vibration, says Ann. Satisfaction guaranteed. Wow. And no, I'm not reading that last one, Fremder. All right, so we were talking before we went on the air that, Greg, actually, you had some shows this weekend as well.
Yes, at the Jericho Library.
You said it was a very interesting audience.
Yeah, I don't think anyone, as I said to you, I don't think anyone was under the age of 75. And it was pretty full. It's like 100+ seats in this little theater they have, and they have a full stage and a lighting booth, the whole deal. It's really impressive. A lot of these libraries have that now.
Yes.
And we're doing our shows, and we're all pretty happy with our performances, and it's all you hear is people snoring in the front row. It's 2 ladies. I'm doing this scene with Valerie, and we're trying to convey our affection towards each other as characters, and all you hear is this lady's comatose in the front row. I'm like, you got to be kidding
Stop
me!
Right, you're making Tony hot.
Where is this?
Yeah,
Jericho.
And,
good time to get there.
And then there was this group of older people up in the top row, and they got mad because they couldn't hear the opening announcements, so they just got on their walkers and walked out. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I thought we did a nice job. I mean, we dropped some lines and stuff, but nobody knew it, except for us. But they would just, you could have heard crickets all night. There was very few laughs, unfortunately.
Libraries are tough for that exact reason. Yeah, because they are mostly older crowd, and they're tough. They don't care what's going on. They have no problem talking at full volume to each other.
Right.
Then they always pull out the little candies, and you hear the rappers crinkling for like what seems like a half hour.
Eternity, yeah.
You just want to yell, okay, would you want me to do that for you?
Yep.
It's so annoying.
It was a little difficult, It was just, I don't know. The audience just seemed uncomfortable. I don't know why. And these shows are pretty innocent. There's really nothing heavy about them. There's no harsh language or anything like that. They just seemed, I don't know, just not with it. It was weird. The prior one we did in Belmore, I mean, they were just loving it. They were cracking up.
Nice.
These people were just dead. I mean, maybe some of them were. I don't know.
So we were talking about this before we went on the air, and we were sharing some stories of performing in libraries and places like that, especially where there's some older crowds. So I saved one story till we got on the air, and we were also talking that we've both been in productions of It's a Wonderful Life. So we were in a production of Wonderful Life, and we weren't on a stage. It was a big auditorium, but there was no stage. We were just like in the front.
Right. So
the audience is right there on the same level. And it's a row of seats, a center aisle, then more seats. So you had aisles on the sides and one in the middle. So the scene where George Bailey is yelling at Mr. Potter, "You're a scurvy little spider."
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah, that's classic.
For whatever reason, the director of our show at that particular place said, after you yell that line and George leaves Potter's office, she goes, "I want you to run down the center aisle and leave the room, and then come back for whatever, whenever you have to come back." Why she wanted this, I have no idea, but, it's her show. Yeah. So he's yelling at Mr. Potter, who, by the way, was Mike Kaplan, who co-hosted me on Wednesdays. Yeah.
Cool.
He was great. He was.
I could see him in that role. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I thought his Mr. Potter was better than Barrymore in the movie. He was fantastic. So the way they were lined up, the guy playing George Bailey, his back was. So all right, let's see. So stage right, the seat his back was the stage right, so he could probably see a little bit of the crowd on the left, but he couldn't see the center aisle and the right side the way he was positioned. So he yells, he finishes yelling, he turns and to go running out,
right,
and down the center aisle. But right there. Oh, Lisa's here. Lisa's going to join us.
Let me grab it.
Right. Oh, would you mind?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Of course.
In fact, you know what? Let me. You
want to hold the story until?
I'm going to hold this because she was there.
Oh, cool. Even better.
She was playing Mary Bailey.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Oh, she's going to love this. She has a crush on Tyler. She's going to love the fact that he's answering the door for her.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
What's going on?
Come sit.
I don't want to be on camera.
Oh, why?
Why not?
I hate being on
Oh,
camera.
Come
stop.
on. Stop it.
Sit down.
You look great.
You can hear my voice, right?
She's just gonna give the
Yes, we can.
RSM experience.
You know what? Then grab that mic and just bring it a little closer to you so we can hear you a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just bring it to the edge of the table.
That's it.
Look, she's
You're
all
not
worried.
on camera, don't worry.
I know. I don't want to be on camera.
Well, and now kind of let it face you.
Yeah.
So we can hear you. Are you really not going to come on camera? Oh my goodness.
Tyler,
all right, so
get your camera out and make sure you're
So I was actually Greg performed this weekend at Jericho Library. So he was saying how it was mostly an older crowd, and how he started hearing snoring on the from the first row. So we were sharing some old people. You and I have
we've done those.
plenty of experiences with that.
Yeah.
But I just started to tell the story of It's a Wonderful Life when the guy playing George Bailey, his back was kind of towards the center aisle, so he couldn't really see the center aisle. He finishes yelling at Mr. Potter, turns to run down the center aisle like the director told him, but he didn't know in the center aisle somebody put an old lady in a wheelchair.
Oh my goodness.
So she's sitting there, and he turns to run.
That's not on film.
Bam! He ran right into her. He's now on her. The wheelchair, like the wheels are locked, so the chair itself
Almost
goes
touches the
back
floor.
with him on top of her. I'm telling you, it was
Oh my
less
goodness.
than less than an inch from the floor, and with him on top of her. And they're face to face, and you just see their faces.
The woman was so scared.
But then
that's
somehow, I guess his weight or whatever, they come right back.
Wow.
He gets off of her. He runs out. The show couldn't continue for about a minute because the whole place was just cracking up and in shock. And now, for the rest of us in the cast, the way it was set up, it wasn't like a full-fledged play. It was more like a live radio play
Stage reading, right?
Yeah, stage reading.
Yeah. Okay.
But the way they did it, the actors wouldn't be off stage. All the actors in the show sat on, facing the audience behind the actors who were speaking. So we all had to sit there, and they had strict rules. You sit there, you just look straight ahead, you look serious, you don't say a word,
smile.
you don't fidget, nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, directly across from me in the very first row on the stage left side was a woman and two young boys. And they're crying. They're laughing so hard from what they just... And me, I'm the first... You both know. You all know. I'm the first one to crack at our murder mysteries. I am the worst. So I'm sitting there... So I'm having a hard enough time as it is, but now I see these two little boys laughing their asses off. So the whole time I'm...
That's great.
Crying. Tears are coming out of my eyes as I'm sitting... Finally, I just put my head down, and I just let it go. I was... Oh, my God. This was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Boom! Oh my! I mean, nobody was hurt, so so we can laugh about it. But holy shit, it was one of the funniest things I have ever seen. It was. Greg said he played George Bailey in the production of Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
now that would have been good.
That would have been
you as Mary and
what we had. Yes.
We did it was at Riverhead at the Vale Levitt Theater. We did that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we do it at South Shore in Lindenhurst too. We do stage readings, shortened versions, like 60 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Cut right through it.
Yeah.
And, they wanted me to do George Bailey there. I said no. I don't do George Bailey. I didn't care for playing George Bailey that much.
Why?
I didn't really like my performance. It's.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah, I just wasn't crazy about it. I didn't like the way I portrayed that character.
Huh.
Something about it that just didn't click with me. I don't know.
I'm
why.
surprised to hear that.
Yeah. fun to do. I mean, the audience really dug it, but I didn't really care for my portrayal of George Bailey.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, would you ever do a show at that library again after that experience?
Yeah, I would. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll have us back, but I would do it. I mean, I'll perform anywhere. As long as it's fun and entertaining. I enjoyed it, but they were just
Dead.
I mean,
Yeah.
crickets. It was a shame.
All right, I wanted to go back. Oh, so Susan Sarandon came up before you got here. So Carol Miner was saying that she hates Susan Sarandon, and we were asking why. So she says Susan is an anti-Semite and thinks the Jews killed Jesus. She is beyond cuckoo and a bad actress too. Oh goodness! All right. Fremder agrees with John that Rome is not. He said yeah, it's a shithole.
Wow. Have you been to Manhattan?
Right.
Now that's a shithole.
Whoa, wow, Carol Miner. I got caught masturbating with a pickle. Yeah, I was gherking off. Where did that come from?
Must be a Vlasic.
Was that just recently, Carol? Like when I was doing the microphone?
Andrea has met Susan Sarandon. She's arrogant and entitled.
There you go.
Wow. Fremder, every time I make comments, I have to check my friends list after. Yeah. John Rusiello says, hi, Mrs. Walker. And he's upset that you're not on the screen.
Yeah, get on the screen. Come on.
Andrea says...
I'll give you $1.
Andrea says, libraries? I've heard of strawberries, I've heard of blueberries, but I've never heard of a library. Library. Sorry, Andrea.
It's a berry. In New York, it's a berry.
Yeah, library. Hey.
Ann is cracking up at Carol's joke. From there, love the library. Nothing better than the smell of the crease of an old librarian. Okay. Okay. All right. So
Wow.
I mentioned because Fremder had mentioned it. The guy that fell at the ball game. So I mentioned that I had something to talk about with that. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't know how he surved that.
I don't know how he survived that either.
really
You know what I'm
don't.
talking? You know
I
what I'm talking
remember.
about.
Yeah.
So maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was Pittsburgh. I think it was at Pittsburgh.
It was at Pittsburgh, yeah.
Versus the Cubs, was it?
I think it might have been the Cubs, yeah.
So, all the way out in the outfield. So Andrew McCutcheon of the Pirates hit a double, and it scored a few runs. So the place is going nuts. There's a guy in the outfield, actually near where the ball was hit. He's sitting in the first row, and there's video. You see the video. He's sitting right there, front row, and he's got the railing in front of him. If you watch the video, it just looks like he grabbed the railing, pulled himself, boom, off he goes. And he was 2 levels up. So he went down, I think it was 30-something feet, and landed in the outfield. And he's a mess. Like more parts of him are broken than not broken. This guy is a mess. Wow. So, and it's been, people have been talking about it since, because they can't figure out what he's doing. It literally looks like he just pulls himself up and goes. And yeah, so we're all just assuming the momentum. Maybe he was drinking and he just pulled himself too hard. Maybe he just pulled himself to get up and cheer, but he just ended up falling. So, where is it? A Pennsylvania man faces charges for allegedly providing alcohol to this guy. Turns out this guy is 20 years old, so he's underage.
Shit.
So one of the guys he was with, is now under arrest for giving this guy alcohol. So the guy is 20 years old, Kevin Markwood. He fell from the bleachers on April 30th. He reportedly drank 2 beers inside the stadium. Ethan Kirkwood, so the guy who fell is Markwood. His friend is Kirkwood. That's weird. Is that like a prerequisite to hang out together?
Yeah. It would.
There's a lot of wood at this game.
Yeah, a lot of wood.
Ethan Kirkwood, 21, of Pennsylvania, now faces criminal charges for allegedly providing the alcohol. How crazy is that?
Jesus.
I thought that was nuts. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but...
Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, just watch it.
Oh,
This body just comes out of nowhere and it hits the ground. I don't know how he lived.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it.
Totally fell like a rag doll.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Head first, if I'm not
head
mistaken.
first.
He lands
Crap.
head first. Oh, yeah, he's just a mess. Yeah, total mess, this poor guy.
I mean, that fence has to be 15 feet high.
Well, he was on the second
Plus
level.
the level, yeah. I mean,
Does he
it's
have a head injury?
crazy.
Yeah, like I said, so many things are broken on this guy. But I did read a week or two ago that he has taken steps physically has taken steps. So
It's amazing.
I guess he's getting there. I don't know, but yeah, he was in bad shape. And speaking of poor bastards, as we were doing our show on Friday, I think we had like 10 minutes left when Ken Pichelle put in the comments that the news came out about Billy Joel just as we were about to end our show on Friday. Normal pressure. How do you say that?
Hydrocephalus.
Hydrocephalus. Lisa's a physical therapist. She knows this stuff.
Interesting.
The disorder happens when cerebrospinal fluid.
Cerebrospinal fluid.
It says cerebrospinal.
They
Is what.
can say that too, but it's, can be both.
The fluid builds up inside the skull, pressures the brain, disrupting cognitive functioning. Joel's condition has become worse due to his recent concert performances, leading to problems with hearing, vision, and balance. NPH is a rare condition that affects about 0.2% of people between the ages of 70 and 80, and 6% of those over 80. So that part surprises me. I would think it would be the other way around, that older people who've been around a long time would develop issues like this. But this is saying that that it's a very rare thing for people his age. So does that mean it's more common with younger people?
Oh, I didn't take it that way.
Yeah.
I took it that it happens in older people, but it's rare.
So it's rare no matter what age.
Is he 73? Billy Joel?
He's 76.
When it does happen, it happens more in the older population. That's how I took it anyway.
Right. Okay.
For just it to just develop without any specific trauma. That's what I'm guessing.
When
Usually there's some type of issue
Yeah.
with people who have
When
hydrocephalus.
When the body
Like
can't
bifida or something.
when the body can't circulate or reabsorb the fluid properly, it accumulates and can cause pressure inside the skull. Permanent damage can happen if the fluid keeps accumulating, forcing the brain to compress.
Oof.
So we're talking like
in a car accident, that could be what happens, but there's usually a trauma there for it to just develop out of nowhere. That's what I think they're talking about.
okay. Well, he's had some accidents. I don't know.
Yeah, but you would see it right away.
Oh, right away. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not something that builds over time.
Usually not. No. Usually, if someone gets in a car accident, it's something like you get into surgery right away. If
So-
you see swelling on the brain.
Now, you and I were talking about this the other day. So, you were talking about they will install a shunt, which basically drains the fluid, gets to the abdomen, and then you're just, pee-peeing it out and pooping it out.
Yeah, just gets
So,
absorbed into you.
but so once that's done, isn't that doesn't that solve the problem instantly, or does it take a long time? Like what?
No, it can solve the problem as long it can, and that's usually. I mean, we read that too. That usually does solve the problem, but you still got to monitor it.
Can
can
it
get
reoccur?
affected. It can start malfunctioning. So you still got to be careful.
So the fluid.
I believe there's certain restrictions on things you can do.
But the fluid never, they have to install the drain because the fluid never stops building up. This is like something he has to live with for the rest of his life.
Possibly, it depends. But possibly sometimes it will fix itself, but if it doesn't, then you need a shunt. If there's something blocking it, if there's a specific reason why it keeps building up.
All right,
we don't know if that's what the treatment he's going to get.
Well, true.
But if he does, you can't go upside down. You have to really watch what you do when you have a shunt.
But then, and I would think too, but once it's flowing and draining and working well,
and
you're not back to
everything's
normal.
working.
You're not back to normal at that point, or is that?
You should
It
be,
could be.
unless there was some type of permanent damage done already.
Right.
You know.
Because it could lead to things like Parkinson's and dementia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think if it goes untreated.
Right. And plus the fact that 76 years old, because they said the earliest he'll perform again, it would be 2026. So you're talking over a year, or give or take a year. At the age of 76, that's hard to get back into shape.
Well, that's what they were saying, especially if you're at home and you're out for a while. It's really hard
Yeah.
to get back into it. And again, he just might be almost traumatized in a way. It's like
Right.
not wanting to exert that effort since that's what kind of exacerbated his symptoms in the first place. It's not like a magic cure. You still have to be careful
Might be time to call it a day.
or just take it easy.
Well, that's
Yeah.
personally
Quality of
what
life.
I think.
Yeah,
Right.
quality of life.
That's what I think. I think he's done personally. I'm not saying that in a excited way. I feel, you know what it is. I feel bad. It doesn't matter who we're talking about, whether Billy Joel or the guy next door. Like this guy, in Billy Joel's case, he's put in 50-plus years of performance, appearances, writing songs, making records, doing all this. The guy's earned his time.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, so as much as it sucks for us as fans, but let the guy stay home and enjoy his family. I mean, he's got 2 daughters under 10, which
Wow.
yeah, which is a whole other story in itself. I wouldn't
Wow.
have kids at that age.
No,
But
no way.
but yeah, you figure how much time does he have left? You know, I want to stay home with my kids at this point, and he doesn't need the money.
No.
And he might choose to do that.
Right, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
It's not worth it.
Right.
It's not worth risking
Right.
my health again.
As a guy who loves his music
you know, you have
big
to
time,
simply be
I'm
careful.
sad about it, but you know, but that stuff doesn't matter. You know, let the man get better and be able to enjoy whatever life he has left.
Interesting how that.
He might do some concerts, like you said, with other musicians.
Right.
You
I
know,
think
so
there might
he's
be
not
some
doing
kind
all
of
the work.
there
He
might be some kind of
doing some light
farewell
stuff.
show or maybe like a few shows at the Garden
The
or something.
final
to see.
Garden show.
Yeah,
They bring him out.
something like that.
Softer songs.
Yeah.
You know? Where he doesn't have
Yeah.
to
Interesting how that
stress.
information came out just as Christy Brinkley is releasing her book
book.
about.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, and she consulted with him if she asked him if it would be okay if she can release all this information about him. He said, "Yeah, go for it."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I read there was a book that he was writing. Then he pulled out of it, but then he said he was still the official. Like he was still. This would still be the official biography. Just before it came out, he pulled out of that too. But the book still came out. But this book really, they go after his first wife,
Right.
big time in this book. Which and kudos to her because she didn't come out and collect her money by appearing on TMZ and all these places to defend herself. She
Yeah.
just took it, which I don't know. To me, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these guys writing books like these tell-all type books. You know, I read Sammy Hagar's book.
Especially
Right.
when they're dead, and then I don't like that.
Well, true.
And they
Right.
can't defend themselves.
Right. But Sammy Hagar's book I loved because it was just like he's talking to you the way it was, and he didn't. I mean, there was some stories, but he didn't. You got the feeling he's telling the truth because he talked about mistakes that he's made too. You know,
Right.
like you know he threw himself under the bus a little bit too.
You gotta love Sammy Hagar.
Oh, I love Sammy Hagar. Yeah, Carol, my girlfriend's daughter has NPH, has had 2 surgeries with the shunt. It does sometimes come out of nowhere. What comes out of nowhere? Oh, the whole condition. The body rejected the shunt both times.
Yeah.
She now gets spinal taps to release the fluid.
Yeah, that can happen too.
And that's
Because
painful,
it's a
right?
foreign object in your body, so it can, and like I said, it can malfunction pretty easily. You still have to be very careful.
And
You can't just go one like, oh, now I'm normal again. It doesn't work that way.
and spinal taps are painful, no? Or
Oh,
no?
yes.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that what they did with when you've seen The Exorcist when they're sticking the needles in Linda Blair's? That was a spinal tap. Wasn't
You would
it?
remember better
the
than I
spinal
would.
fluid shooting out of the freaking thing. That bothered me more than any other part of that movie.
bet, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
The spinal tap is usually done at your lumbar spine and usually hunched over. And that, I remember something squirting out. I think it was blood. They were doing something up here.
Yeah.
It's really when you get to think about stuff like this and you hear about rare occurrences or rare conditions, like it really is a miracle that we are healthy as long as we are because there's so many different ways that so many different things that could affect us. It's really tricky.
You only get one body. You got to take care of it.
Absolutely, you're
Just
right.
be drinking 2 beers and jump
Yeah,
off.
jumping off stadiums. 2 beers. That might have helped him survive being drunk like that.
It actually might have
he
been.
He wasn't all stiff. He
Right.
was like rubber. You know.
Right.
I mean, I know that helped my father in a couple of car accidents.
No shit.
Blown out of his mind. He was like, like a bowl of Jello. I mean, that could be it.
I saw somebody fall down a flight of stairs once when I was a teenager. One of my friends, we were all drinking. She tumbled down a flight of stairs, and we thought she was gonna be like dead or broken neck. And she got up, and she was just like,
Wow.
It happened to my brother. He was at an Iron Maiden concert at the Coliseum, and he was hammered, and he was all the way up top, and he took a step, and he rolled down a full section of steps, got up, and dusted
those are
himself
cement
And
off.
that's
steps.
when they say when you're like a rag doll, even in a car accident,
Yeah.
if you had the ability to just let yourself go, you probably would do better. The
Right.
problem is we stiffen
You don't
up.
tense up.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Yeah.
times the problem.
wow.
I don't mean to laugh. Crazy shit. I once saw a friend of mine I was a teenager. I went across the street, and he wasn't looking, and he ran in. A car was moving. He ran into the back of it as it was moving.
Oh my
Whoa.
goodness.
Sorry, Tom, but I laughed. His name is Tom. I laughed my ass off.
Be careful, Tom.
Yeah, really. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him since high school. I don't know where you are, Tom, but his jaw was actually wired shut for a while after the accident. Hope your jaw's okay, Tom.
Jesus.
Watch those cars, Tom. They're very unforgiving.
This is a sad topic, says Fremder. Can we talk about masturbating with a pickle again? Vicky says, Billy fell on stage at a concert in February. Yeah, I think that was one of his last shows, actually. What was the question we had for Vicky? Oh, Vicky, was Paris a shithole? Greg said he heard Paris is a shithole, and you were just there. So,
yeah, let us know, Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky. Carol Miner, she lives a normal life and knows when it's time. Major... Oh, you're talking about your friend with the MPH. Okay. She lives a normal life and knows when it's time when she gets major migraines and blurry vision. Both surgeries, I had to clean her hair up because the way they shaved her head for the shunt. Oh, that sucks. But, there are plenty of short-haired women that look great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look at him. All right, so we have a few minutes left. While we're on serious topics, I'm going to stay serious just for a second, because also just as the show was ending, you guys remember a few weeks ago I was talking about how we did what was called a living wake for Palma, comedian Palma. There was a big benefit for her, and she was here, and the whole place, got to say a few words to her. Well, she did pass away Friday. I think either Thursday or Friday.
This past Friday?
Yeah. She hung on for a long time. When we did the benefit, she... there were rumors that the benefit wasn't even going to happen because it looked like she was going to go around that time. But not only did she make it here, but she actually got up on stage, did some of her set. And that was actually the first time I ever heard the term living wake, because she used it. She said, I want to thank you guys for coming here and being able to experience a living wake.
I'm surprised that's the first time you heard that.
I've never heard that term.
I mean, that's kind of what we did for
I never
my
have
dad.
either.
That's kind of...
I've heard living will. I never heard of
Yeah.
living wake.
I've heard of
like
the...
what we did for my dad. He was on his deathbed, and people came to the house and say goodbye to him.
Right. I've heard of the action of going to say goodbye to somebody while they're still around. The actual term living wake, that I've never heard. Which I thought was a great term. And it's a weird thing because she's dying, and she's going to die. You're saying goodbye. So it's sad, but at the same time, it's really beautiful because you have the opportunity to say goodbye while they're still here instead of saying all these nice words after they're gone. And I think she felt that. And it was a very emotional night. I'll never forget it. I watched the show, and then I was coming around here. I think I was just going to lock this up or whatever. I was going to leave. And she was over by the green room. And she actually moved, like she told people to get out of the way, because when she saw me, she wanted a hug. So she actually moved everybody out of the way, and she came in and we hugged. Which was something. Me and her talked a little bit because we, both had our cancer experiences. But it was that was tough. And then was it that night? I think it was that night that I heard that she almost went that night, but. So she held on for, I don't know, like a month or so. But all the best to her and her family. Yeah, she did pass Thursday or Friday. Something. Yeah, only, I think, mid-60s.
Oh, it's too young.
Great comedian. So, so all the best to her family. I just wanted to mention that quick.
Jeez. I guess since we're on the subject of, really sad things happening, I'm probably not going to be able to go back to Rome for another couple months. And I'm just really...
You're breaking my heart.
And then you get to go there and stay in, for free in a house that your father owns.
And such a shitty looking city that's a mess.
Well, I'll tell you what. Listen, to be really real with you guys, I have nothing. I was just talking to my buddy on the phone. Like, he's one of these guys. So he's got his house. He's got a toy car. He's got a car. People have that kind of success. I have zero things, all right? Just to make everyone feel.
Well, you got a nice phone.
I got a phone.
You got a med shirt
and a bottle of water over there.
I got these things, but
you get to fly out to Minneapolis,
right?
Priorities.
And play with wolves.
Priorities.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You have a cool life, right? Yeah, he went to Minneapolis, to Boston.
Yeah.
Then to Italy 2 days after that. Like, you're a man of the world.
Gets to wear a nice wedding dress every so often.
Gets to hang out with Amy.
The best.
There you go,
And for the people who get to enjoy it.
All right, what's...
Do you have any more coming up besides June 6th? Is anyone any more mysteries?
June 6th?
Don't you have one June 6th?
Yeah.
Besides June 6th, do you have any? Why are you giving me that eye?
Because you turned down June 6th.
It's a whole new script.
Oh, no!
You should have done it, man.
June, excuse me, June 6th.
Waldo, right?
What's that?
He would have been Waldo.
Yes.
Oh, you would have had fun.
Oh,
Yeah, you would have liked Waldo.
Yeah, you should have taken it. It's a funny show.
August.
Okay.
Yeah. What is that, August 2nd?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Where we going? Where we going? Where we going?
We're going to Mount Sinai.
Oh.
We're,
the
Redneck Wedding, Cafe Spiga.
Yeah, Cafe Spiga.
I think that's August 2nd. I'm pretty sure.
Redneck Wedding. That's
yeah.
a classic Redneck Wedding.
Is
that the outdoor one?
Yes.
Oh.
Outdoor in the summer.
900 degrees.
In August. Yeah, that's going to be something.
Wearing overalls and a raccoon cap.
Yes.
Help me.
Is that through Mike? Is that Mike? One of Mike Crone's?
John Butera.
Oh, through John Butera. Okay, gotcha.
Through Butera.
Right.
That's a funny show.
Yeah, I got a role for you.
Nice.
Which one? You'd be playing Linda, the bride. You'd be playing her daughter, Clarabelle.
Have I played that before?
No. You did Juggy once when Greg couldn't come.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
Oh, got you.
So you've done that show, but this would be a different part.
Got you. Oh.
But yeah, you have, a little over 2 months. Is that enough time to figure it out? Yeah.
For a drag role? Baby. I love doing drag. Come on.
Oh, what happened here?
I'll be doing my first drag role.
That's right.
Yeah.
On June 6th.
On June 6th, yeah.
Which one is it?
I'm gonna be a Hooters girl.
Oof.
Wait till you see that. Look out.
Mamacita.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
I'm just going to go to watch.
Put a softball in the front of my shorts.
John Rusciello, it would be cool to have the oldest concert, Joel Springdick, to the last Beatle. I have no idea what you just said.
Wow.
I guess that's Springsteen and Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Something.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
Spring Dick,
Yes,
which is Springsteen.
That's what Spring Dick meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We talked about that on Friday.
But he's not a Bruce fan?
No, he hates Bruce.
I do too. Can't stand Bruce Springsteen.
But because of the politics or because of the music?
His music. I just think he's overrated.
Yeah, a lot of people feel he's overrated.
I mean, I give him credit for having a great career. I mean, let's face it. The guy. I mean, when Born in the USA came out, he was the biggest star in the world.
Oh, he sure was.
Never appealed to me. To me, he's a farmer with a guitar. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone.
But I think in John's case, I think he doesn't like the whole politics thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm also at the same time like, all right, if he just wants to take 5 minutes, what's 5 minutes? Take your 5 minutes, say what you need to say, and then let's.
Everyone's entitled to their point of view.
Exactly, which is another part of it too. I'll sit here and listen to all your point of views. Like I have no problem with that.
And this is just as an entertainer. In my opinion, don't preach to your audience. They're there to hear your music. Just play your songs.
So you don't think anybody, a celebrity or any public figure of any kind, you don't think there's a responsibility?
No.
No.
Their job is to entertain.
Okay. And now, I think Carol might be drunk.
When they're giving their side anyway, they're not. What, they're not like instructing people. You're just giving your opinion.
Yeah, they certainly have the right to do it, but I don't think.
Yeah, but that's.
They definitely have the right to do it.
But wouldn't you rather them give their opinion instead of telling people what to do?
But they are telling people what to do by giving their opinion. I mean, it comes off that way.
Okay.
Like they're lecturing.
My only issue, and I think I mentioned this on Friday, my issue with Springsteen in particular, it doesn't matter what president we're talking about. I think we can all agree that every president has done stuff we agree with and stuff we don't agree with.
Absolutely.
So in Bruce Springsteen's case, I know him and Obama are, close friends. But if you're going to call out Trump for something, well, then he shouldn't have stayed quiet when Obama was president.
Correct.
Call him out on something, too.
It comes across as hypocritical.
Right, kind of, to a certain degree.
That's what a lot of
I have no problem hearing what anybody wants to say about
Neither do I.
politics or anything else, but yeah, it is a
Don't
little.
give double standards.
Exactly.
A lot of times there is double standards,
Right.
and they'll call someone out.
Right.
Yes, for one thing, but won't call it out on the other.
And it's pretty
That's
sad
why
that
just keep your opinion to yourself.
it's pretty sad as that we as a society can no longer even have like a peaceful discussion because when
Oh, yeah,
about
I
politics,
learned that just the other
that's why I
day.
don't even
Oh,
bother
yeah,
with it
true.
anymore because it's just one side gets triggered, the other side gets triggered, and you're screaming
Bad,
at each other, and
right.
you wind up losing friendship. It's
But
not worth
that,
it.
but that's the thing. You're not screaming at each other. It's all behind the keyboard,
which
It's
makes it even
keyboard-
worse.
Keyboard
Yes, yeah,
warriors
keyboard
getting
warriors
brave
makes it
because
even
you're
worse.
not face to face.
Correct.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where things get crazy. All right, let me read the rest of the comments, and then we're going to get out of here. Yeah, I think Carol's drunk because she told a masturbation joke, which she's never done before, and it came out of nowhere. But now she's saying,
I like Carol.
Tyler looks great with 4 exclamation points.
Wow.
And then Greg, too, with a big thumbs up.
Oh, let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
look
3, 2,
at
1.
that.
There you go, Carol.
Wait. And then says, I agree, Carol, 2 hotties. Wow.
Okay.
And then there's Fremder. My French teacher got fired for showing us his wee-wee.
You're not getting one, Femda.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
getting one.
Yeah, I don't do that unless I get paid.
All right, so here's Vicky. Paris was beautiful, and it was less than a year after the Olympics. Oh, okay.
Okay, well, thank you, Vicky.
That's it. That's all we get.
Yeah.
Because she moves on to other things.
Okay.
Tyler is looking awesome, by the way.
Wow.
Thank you,
Look
Dom.
at that.
Maybe the energy of Europe changes things in general. Well, I don't know. Did it change for you there, Vicky? Ann says, rest in peace, Palmer. Thank you, Ann. Romeo Rusiello. Yes, sweetie. Diane tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you both. No, that's not. Well, yeah, Diane is here tomorrow. But what is it? June 10th. I think we're gonna Zoom with John and Diane, John and Ann for Ann's birthday. And maybe she'll get the Harley out. Who knows? That'll be funny.
Motherfucker.
Whoa, what is going on here? John Rusiello says, Tyler, you're a jerk off. Not a time to make a joke.
What? What is that in response?
I don't know.
What did he-
Me and
what did he make a
Rome.
joke
I
about?
don't, what did he say?
Oh, maybe it was.
When you said you couldn't go to Rome for 3 months. Okay.
Okay.
You were just
Timing is everything, I guess.
lightening
I
the
thought it was
mood,
funny.
that's
Yeah.
all.
Vicky says after Greg wears the dress, please post pictures. So now we know Vicky's fetish.
All right.
All right, and then Fremder, if the boss gets into a terrible car
She likes it
accident, he'd be Bruce Stringbean. Fremder.
That was bad.
Yeah, well, that's Fremder. Yeah. All right, with that, it is time for us to go. Oh, we actually went a little late. It's all right. All right, so quickly
Never done
before we
that.
go,
Always
what?
go late.
Yeah, true. What are we
Never
promoting?
have time.
What are we promoting? What do you have coming up?
Argonaut Studios crossover is in production, looking to finish filming in July and have it out by 2026. Directed by Sofia Varadoukas and starring Valerie Stazone, who also wrote it. So
And
great
you
movie.
have, what was it, an Indiegogo? Is that what that thing is?
Indiegogo, GoFundMe. You look for the, money-raising things. I also have a short film coming out the day after Father's Day, The Night Part 1, which also stars Valerie Stazone, which I direct, write, and also act in it. So it's coming out June 19th, just in time to not ruin Father's Day.
And you, my friend, you're performing anyway? You got any
Yeah.
shows here coming up? Anything?
Not here, just 2 shows tonight at Broadway.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight, 7 and 9 p.m., Broadway Comedy Club. Nothing lined up at Governor's yet, but I know things are going to start changing soon. You mark my words.
Direct from Rome.
He's got that Rome energy.
There you
The
go.
Rome energy.
Yeah, Rome.
Rome energy.
Yeah.
All right, and again, today's Memorial Day. It's a day to honor, remember those who have died while serving in the U.S. military.
Exactly.
So as you're flipping those burgers, remember why you're able to flip those
right.
burgers.
Your day at the beach is because of their day at the beach.
That's right.
I'm not going to make a joke. Make a joke, John. Okay, John.
Nice to have you back, pal.
Nice to be back.
All right. So we're out of here. Tonight at 6:30 is Steve Squared. And then tomorrow we have Coffee with the Dog at 9 a.m. Me and Diane will be here at 11. I think Paul Esposito's coming in again. Paul's a pain. He's always asked me to come in. Like, I don't know how else to shut him up. So he's coming in. We'll be doing Tuesday Trivia, of course. Sports Bash tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Hershey and the Keegs tomorrow. I don't know what time they're on tomorrow night. They're normally on at 9, but of course this morning Hirschman reached out to me. Well, the Knicks game starts at 8, so maybe we can go on earlier.
Watch them lose.
Yeah. So, that's how much they love their podcast. They're so professional. They're moving their time to watch the ball game.
I just want to do a quick one. Anyone that's going to the Met game tomorrow, my daughter's best friend Raylan is singing the national anthem, so give her a hand when she sings it.
Very nice. Awesome. That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's very cool. All right, and that's it. So, once again, we ask that you share this link to all of our shows. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here.
Share.
And, yes, please. And don't forget the club, Governor's Comedy Club, the main stage here in Levittown, the Giga Room here in Levittown, the Brokerage in Belmore, and McGuire's out in Bohemia. Just some of the comedians you'll see on the Governor's stage this week. Brian McFadden, Terry McNeely, Lou Pratt, Nicole LaMonaco, Roberto Vanderpool.
Oh, I know Nicole.
I know Nicole, too.
I did a dating catastrophe with her.
Oh, one of John Blenn's shows?
Oh, happy birthday, John Blenn, yesterday.
John
by the way.
Blenn, yes.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. I saw John.
Nicole's funny.
Saw John on Thursday.
Yeah.
Which number did you do?
Oh,
American Dating Catastrophes?
I don't remember, but it was done at Lindenhurst in South Shore Theater Experience. I played an abusive waiter to her and a friend getting dinner. It was a lot of fun. She's funny.
No, Nicole is cool.
Waiter,
Nicole is fun people. I think it was either 17 or 19, I think I did. John's great.
Yeah, John's great. Yeah.
I saw John last Thursday. He is. I love that man. Happy birthday to John Blenn. Happy birthday, Rob Bartlett. Happy birthday, and then, of course, Frank Walker. Frank Walker was all excited the other day at the Ducks game. They put his name on the screen.
Nice.
It was funny,
Nice.
Happy birthday to Johnny. He turns 8. Happy birthday, Susie. She turns 14. Happy birthday, Frank Walker. 58.
That's cute.
And then we bought him an ice cream.
Oh, nice.
Soft
serve?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
So govs.com. Check out the full schedule. Make some reservations to some great comedy shows. KnockemDeadComedy.com. Our next public show is June 6th at the Knights Columbus in Hicksville.
Make reservations.
See him in a dress.
Yeah.
And you won't see him.
Damn.
It's a luau-themed family reunion, so it's a lot of fun.
Wax.
That's right, the Whack family, yeah. But go to KnockemDeadComedy.com. You can see our schedule, as well as information on how you can hire us for your next corporate event, private party, fundraising event, whatever you got going on. KnockemDeadComedy.com. Murder mysteries and game shows. Fremder. He says, Argonaut Studios, I know a guy who does great video effects. Fremder does that.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And not only does he do pictures for books and soundtracks, he does video effects.
Interesting. Maybe if that, Muppet bird comment wasn't made, I could have made some, connections for you, Andrew. But,
That's right. See that?
I'm like an elephant. I never forget.
You blew it.
You blew it.
All right. All right. And Lee, you had anything you wanted to mention before we go?
Come on the camera before we.
Come
just
smile,
come
come
on
wave.
over, please.
No.
Damn it! You think they want to see these guys?
Yeah,
They
really,
want.
come on.
These are the two hotties.
There you go. No, I'm good. Bye, everyone.
That's what they come for.
That's right. It's all about the vibration.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank.